Hi, folks. This is Wemette, and welcome to the After Party, After My Vlog. And this is Adam Flowers and Tom Berlin. You're back again. No Cuban cigars. Tom Berlin says no Cuban cigars in the Marine Corps, but cigarettes, they're cheap, cheap, cheap. What brand do I smoke? And I will grab you a few cartons. Actually, they're ultralight Marlboro 100s. So you know.
There you go. That's what
Pam Ingram says, "Did you guys?" Okay.
Man, I completely forgot to pitch the damn DVD.
Oh yeah.
I completely forgot to pitch the
Please,
DVD.
do it on my show. Go ahead.
I mean, you guys here, it's crazy. I have them they're sitting right here, and I forgot to pick them up and say something. You believe that? That whole damn show? Unbelievable. No. Unbelievable.
Hi, folks. So we have a few people in the room.
Turd Ferguson. What's happening,
guys? Ryan,
hey, what's happening?
Ed O'Connor, Luminous Grin, Jonathan Bartholomew. Wow, that's a long name.
Jonathan Bartholomew.
Culberson, yeah.
Cuthbertson, Illinois. I think Cuthbertson, Illinois is where he's from. Let me look that up. Looking up rats and everything else.
We don't have any rats or scabs in this, John Magnifici. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Greg, Mickey Griggs. Griggs.
I think it made it easy to find putting the link in the description of the video because you got some people coming in here. It's good to see you guys. What's up from Chicago? Philip Holt. What's happening, buddy?
Question. Was there a Greek mob? Not specifically a Greek mob. There was a Greek faction of the Chicago mob.
You see that? You see that thumbnail Rocco 4JK has? Wow.
Okay.
What are we going to talk about tonight, Scott H? What do you want to talk about, Scott? That's the question. That's the big question. Yeah, guys,
it's the same question. Let's talk about something.
Okay. It's open forum.
Howard Herman says it's very cold and snowy in central New York.
Well,
I bet it is.
Yeah, guys, hit the like button. You're just coming in here, hit the like button, and I don't know what do you guys want to talk about? Come on, bring your questions. You got Red all to yourself right now. Thanks, Adam Rocco 4JK. Look at his thumbnail. Look at it. Yeah, okay. Brian Glade, Willow Springs, Catherine Guerrero. She's back again. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Catherine.
Well, yeah, awesome. What's up again? Deja vu. Yeah, it is deja vu, isn't it? Willow Springs. Yeah, you guys are all. What was Tony's favorite food? Wow. Hey, guys. Oh, my God. Did you guys? I posted it in Facebook. I completely forgot to show. Let me go grab the pictures, Red. Let me go. I'm going to go look for them. I'm going to tell them about this new thing. You guys got to see this. This is wild. G Money. What's happening, G Money? Hey, Red. My father owned a restaurant in the 18th district near Lincoln and Armitage. Boy, those were some crooked cops. They would always eat for free.
They always eat for free.
Yeah, we never got tickets for double parking.
No.
Wow.
Brett, I'm doing real good. I just have a little bit of a cold left over. This, what do you call it, Adam? The cold I have.
What you got the thing? You got the thing, all right? Just call it the thing.
The crud.
Yeah, the crud. Exactly. Here, check this out, guys. I am going to let me get this in the downloads. I want to put it up on the screen so you guys can see it.
26 IAPW total package is $100. Oh, to buy your card. Okay.
All right, guys. over at Oscar's Steakhouse here in Las Vegas, over at Oscar's, they put up a statue of Oscar Goodman and Tony Spilotro. So that's Tony Spilotro on the right in the statue, and on the left, it's Oscar Goodman. And I don't know if they did them to life-size specs or not. I have one picture here that shows Oscar standing next to the statue, but he's kind of in front of it, so it's hard to tell, if the statue is the same height as him. Here's that picture. I'm going to throw it up there. You see, so you can't really tell, but it kind of looks like maybe it is.
Hey, he looks sober too.
He looks sober. Oscar likes to drink his martinis,
Oh,
but, yeah. Anyway, you guys come to Las Vegas. You may want to stop over there to Oscar's, take a look at the statue, maybe take a picture with it. I may go over there and take a picture next to the statue if it is life size, just to see the height difference, But I definitely will be talking about it on the Oscar. You thought it was Oscar Mayer, Oscar Goodman.
Oscar was mayor at one time. His wife is mayor now, I believe.
Red, I think that he's making a reference to something else.
Oh.
My baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. Oscar Mayer. Get it? Because he was the mayor. That's what Brett's doing. And I swear to God, I'll never sing again, ever in my life in front of you guys. But I met that guy.
Where have I heard that before?
No, it's crazy. I met that guy, the kid who sang, the Oscar Mayer kid. He's from Chicago. And he is a musician. Kid. Was it Andy Lambros? Andy Lambros. Huh?
Do you remember Little Oscar and the Oscar-mobile?
Little Oscar?
Yeah, Little Oscar. He used to go around in a big thing that looked like a hot dog. They call it the Oscar Mayer Wiener Wagon.
Oh, yeah. I've seen
Little Oscar was a midget, or not a midget. He was a little person that used to pop out and say, hi.
Oh, no, I'm talking about this one right here, that kid. Remember him?
No.
That's the kid who sang the song. Anyway, he grew up. He's a musician now. And, I did a gig with him in Chicago. And that was the same day that I met, Norm from Cheers. What's else his name? Something Went. Not Harvey Went. George Went, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we were doing the gig and we had to go to the studio to rehearse it with this, because it was I can't remember what the name of the group was, but anyway, it was in it. And my buddy and I, we had to bring an illusion in there. We were doing illusion in the show. So we had to bring this illusion. Anyways, we're crating it up and we're taking it out, back up the elevator. We got on the freight elevator, freaking doors open, right? And it's George Went standing there. And me and my friend are standing there, right? The doors open, and we looked at him, and he looked at us. He's a big guy. He was like my height, a big dude. And I looked at him and I just went, why do I know this guy? Right? And my buddy standing next to me, my buddy Gary standing next to me, he's doing the same thing. We're both looking at this guy going, why do we know him? So he walked off the elevator. We walked on the elevator. The doors closed. Him and I looked at each other and went, Norm! Like, that guy must have heard it. He had to have heard it after the doors closed, because we literally screamed it when we realized. Anyway, that was pretty funny. I don't know how the hell we got onto that subject, but
Adam, for any of you folks that are watching, you can buy a copy of my autographed book, Nobody Cares and What I Did About It, at redwemette.com, which is autographed. Or if you don't want it autographed, you can get it at Amazon. Now that we have that out of the way, Adam, you forgot to promote something.
Oh yeah, no, I'll do it on the next one too.
Come on, do it.
So we got the pizza box. We made the pizza boxes, and you guys remember the pizza boxes with the pizza disc and the USB gun and all that inside of it. Well, the pizza boxes, the autographed ones, were $200, $100 unautographed. Well, it's got to thinking and went, maybe not everybody's going to afford that. So we made Blu-ray discs of the Las Vegas Mobster which that's the footage that you guys get from it. And those will be up on Mobmento or frankcolada.com. Either one will get you there. So those will be up for sale probably by next week. And also the little USB stick, the little gun, that's going to be for sale individually too, which will get you all both interviews, the audio, the pictures, all of it. So those will be for sale too. We got 100 of them coming, and they're all engraved. We got them engraved, and all they look really nice. So, yeah,
I'm gonna order mine. I want one.
Okay, Ryan Brown. Adam, I meant to ask a question last episode where you showed the picture of Joseph Iupa and Vincent Insero. Right. Was he the one who Iupa killed or had killed for rubbing his bald head during golf?
I don't know if he's the one, but somebody rubbed his head during golf, and eventually he got tired of it, and they were teasing. Yeah, the top of his head. He was losing his hair. I think he's got it mixed up with Jackie Cerrone. Ryan, I think you're mixed up with Jackie Cerrone.
No. We showed a picture last week.
Yeah, but the story about the rubbing the bald head.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Cerrone.
I'm changing screens quickly for just a second here, guys, because that's why all the colors are changing, because I was looking for that picture. No, I don't see that picture. So, no, I don't see the picture. I was going to put it up again, Ryan, but I don't have it sitting here on hand. So, you got 60 in the chat. Yeah, David, this is a good amount of people. If you guys want to hang out after the after show here and talk. So, Mo, no, that was the dinger. The dinger.
He's talking about the rubbing of the head.
The rubbing of the head, right? George went. I bet they must have paid him a lot to pretend to be happily married to Roseanne. That's not him. No, that's a different guy, Scott H. You're getting George Went confused with Goodman, John Goodman. Goodman was the one who had played on Roseanne. Vincent Insero was killed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. SG Adam, will you have Elaine Smith on a future Rednesday?
That'd be nice. I'd like to talk to her.
I don't see why not. I mean, she had some she's really interesting. She's really interesting. Her book's really interesting. Gun in My Gucci. And I interviewed her on the show. And if you guys want to do I can ask her, reach out to her, and I don't see why she wouldn't. She's trying to promote her book. As anybody who writes books are always trying to promote. So that's how you get your name out there. Gerald the Dinger Carusiello.
You got me, Mo.
Gerald the Dinger Carusiello. I'm looking this one up, Mo. Right now, I'm looking up the name.
I remember you were talking about Gun in My Gucci with Elaine Smith, and I remember her husband, Tom Smith. Tom Smith knew me. He was on the SWAT team. So, but talking to her, having a husband and a wife, both FBI agents, it was very unique. Very, very unique. And especially working the same division. And she had a very good job working on Canetto.
Yes. And the story's fascinating because she was the only one that he trusted. Right. He decided to roll.
Well, you can't trust your husband. Who can you trust?
Oh, no, I mean Joe Ito. Yeah. She said it's Ito. But yeah, Ito, the only one he trusted was her, was Elaine. So.
Okay, it says here, Brian. Says Mo was right. His best friend, Frank Collada, mentioned it.
So months later, okay, so I'm pulling something up here, and I'm pulling up. This is actually on the Mob Museum's website, guys. Is what I'm what I am showing you. So let me throw this up here. I just did a quick search, Mo, on the name. So months later, Anthony Little Tony Borsellino and Gerald Jerry the Dinger Carusiello. Jesus.
You'll make
Carusiello. It's got to be Carusiello. Were slain with bullets to the back of the head. Borsellino and Carusiello were participated in the epic bloodletting of the burglary crew that dared to boost the boss. Borsellino was a member of the notorious West Side Wild Bunch, which was also Gerald Scarpelli, Jerry Scalise, Harry Ailman.
They kind of cleaned house.
Paul the Indian Shapiro, all those guys were the Wild Bunch, right?
Oh yeah.
Borsellino was a notorious member of a group of grizzled Cicero enforcers tasked with the outfit's most difficult jobs. Carusiello was a driver and bodyguard for Ricardo's street boss, Joseph Doves Ayupa. Was he related, though? I don't know.
No.
So
I don't think so.
Oh, sorry for making you go down this rabbit hole. No, it's all good, Ryan. It's all good. Oh, yes, Mo. Dinger was the son of Joey Ayupa's best friend. Frank Collada mentioned it, right? How about doing a show from the Mob Museum? Would that be possible? Rocco, they do let they do. I've never, I don't want to say never asked, but they do allow some things like that, and I've thought about it, and I don't know just yet. So that's all I can say. If I would ever do anything or ask to do something with, I don't know. Red, was Al Piemonte Chevrolet, right? Was he connected?
Ford.
It was Ford.
Ford. Pontiac, El Piemonte Toyota. El Piemonte was connected.
Right.
He had, I don't know how many dealerships he had.
Yeah. Scott H. Adam, I'm thinking you should start a dispensary tour, take a bus around all the dispensaries and smoke out the bus. It would be a hit. Oh, I see your little pun there. It would be a hit. That's funny. That's very funny. But no, Scott H., I don't, and nor will I ever deal in the devil's lettuce.
Okay.
Scott's laughing.
We do not promote it. We do not promote it. I don't promote it. Adam doesn't promote it. You do what you want to do.
You guys, do whatever you want to do. But no, I think I'd like to do some other tours before. There's so many ideas. There's, you could do an art tour of Vegas. You could do a food tour. Anyway, back to
don't you have enough tours? Your tours are great.
No, we need to grow.
The ghost town. Yeah, okay.
Grow. Ayupa is one mean-looking SOB, that's for sure. But I can tell you this, that Ayupa, when Frank Collada would go through his pictures, and he, every person in every picture, okay, this one, and then he'd have me sit there and name them. And when I got him wrong, he'd be like, why are we doing this? Why are we even doing this? He wanted me to remember, but I'm going to tell you what he said when he pointed out the Joey Ayupa. Okay, these were Frank's exact words. He pointed at Joey's picture and he's like, "This guy right here, bad man." So he's a bad man.
Very bad.
He said, "Bad man." He pointed at this exact picture's bad man. I was like,
the famous line about him was he'd whack a ham sandwich or
he'd okay a hit on a ham sandwich.
And he said that to many people. I heard it from Frank, but I heard it from a lot of other people too.
Joey Ayupa would whack a ham sandwich. Yeah. I wouldn't have wanted to be a ham sandwich back then. No. Neither would I, Ryan. Big Tuna. I heard Al Piemonte's son. Al Piemonte's son put $1.2 million bet on the Alabama versus Georgia football game. He bet on Georgia to win with 3 points.
Yes, John Kappas. Very interesting story. He wrote a book called Tall Money. He got out of prison and he's on the South Side. Very interesting person. I think he has a pizzeria now. Um, Not my best friend. Let me tell you, not even a person I know. He tried or wanted to, he was caught on a wiretap about trying to kill a good friend of mine who was a DEA agent that worked on him. So I don't really like him too much. Sorry, folks. I'm just honest.
Yeah, and um, if anybody's interested in that book that he put up, it looks like this.
Yes.
Doesn't that look like Tall Money? Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Scott H.
Yeah.
I met him after a few talks. Okay. Tokes. Oh.
Scott H is back on the devil's lettuce again.
Yes, we are.
I live down Brian Glade. I lived down the block from John Kappas. I watched the feds rip apart his house back in the day. Had a hot dog with him at his business in Markham.
Right. He had a hot dog wagon there in Markham. And then he opened up he really worked hard to get where he was. The only thing I really dislike him, well, there's a lot of things dislike him, but his book is bullshit. But he talked about the Spartans all the time. He was a Greek background and came from a privileged family, and yet he was out selling large quantities of cocaine way back. And the IRS got onto him, came to his house, and they didn't know it was his house. They thought it was his parents' house. And there's a big cigarette boat and a Corvette and some other things parked out front. They left. CID, criminal intelligence. They left and went back downtown and turned it over to DEA. And that's the story, my end of it anyway. If you listen to his story, he was a hero.
Well, when people tell their stories about themselves, they tend to, make themselves sound, good, important, whatever.
Well, John should have called it easy money. That's what he should have called it because he didn't have to work.
So,
Ken O'Connor has a question here. Ken?
You may have missed it over the past year, but was Tony okay with Red being an informant? Is Tony all right with you being an informant?
Yes, he was. He laughed about it. I didn't say informant. I told him I was a mole for the FBI, and he said, "Really? No shit." And then we went on and started talking. That was it. And I saw him many times after that. We never brought it up again.
There you have it, folks.
You wanted to know, you got the answer.
That's the biggest comment, though, at least that I see people that leave that we put up a video, put it on my tab. Tony bought you a car.
Yes.
And we put that video up, and everybody comments on it. It's like, there's no way that Tony knew. There's just no way because he'd have killed you.
The question I have for these people that say that is, did you know Tony? Did you really know Tony? Did you know Tony? Did you ever meet him? Did you shake his hand? Did you ever know him? Or did you just read about what you saw in the newspapers?
Right.
And I have to say something about that, too. You never really know how inaccurate the newspapers are until they write about you. When they write about you and you can look at it and see it, you know. You know where the inaccuracies are. Red, who in the Orland Park? Big Tuna West, though. I have no idea, Big Tuna. I really don't. Who represented, was it Orland Park? Tinley Park area? I have no idea. I don't know who ran it or represented it.
Oh, Luminous Grin, do you think Pesci nailed the Tony character?
Could have. They blamed him for everything else.
No, do you think Joe Pesci's portrayal of Tony was good?
No,
No, so you didn't think
not
that
at all. Not at all.
Too much swearing?
The F-bomb was there, but he was a very aloof person, and he really didn't. Some of it's good because he plays kind of a wise guy where he walks over and talks to somebody, but generally speaking, he was not as mean as they made him out to be. Not to me, anyway. I mean, I read things about him in the papers, and I heard things about him, but it was not the same. When you know somebody, you know them. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different.
How about getting Oscar Goodman on the show? I doubt it, Jim. I don't think that's going to happen.
Looking for any publicity, not on the show anyway. Unless he's going to promote his restaurant.
I did a show for Carolyn. I was on her Hello Mayor show. Do you hear that?
Michael Graham just said it right here, so I don't have to. There you go, folks, if you're reading it. What people fail to realize is that Red and Tony were social friends only. Tony didn't talk business with Red, and Red didn't talk business with Tony. That's the way it was. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thanks, Rye. Yeah. The neighbor's got it. The neighbor's an idiot. I hope they're watching this. Oh, God. Yeah. So, where's Joey
buried? SG. Only God knows. I don't know anybody else that does, and I don't know God really.
No one knows. Seriously?
Big Tuna, I have no idea what Joey's relationship was with the Frangio brothers. I really don't. He never brought it up to me, and I never heard anything. Mike, you did a good job. You did a very good job. Thank you.
You know what Joe Lombardo's last words were?
I have no idea.
You ready?
Yeah.
These are the defiant last words of notorious Chicago mob boss Joey the Clown Lombardo, who died on Saturday while in prison. And this was written October 21st, 2019, Monday. So this was 2 days after he died. Here it is. Quote, "I am positively not guilty of all charges in the indictment. I rest my case, Judge."
Wow.
That was his last words. I've waited 6 months for dentures. They tell me I have to wait my turn.
Yeah.
Wrote Lombardo in a letter postmarked June 26th.
No teeth, bad food. I mean, he really suffered. I did a video about that. He really paid the price. He really did. For all the things he did, he suffered. An execution would have been a blessing. It would have been a blessing. But to live that way, no. He didn't deserve it. Or maybe he did. I don't
know. Scott H. Hey, thanks, Scott. Yeah, Scott's come out here and done both. He's done all 3 tours now. So, yeah, the Good Springs, and you did the mob. You know, you haven't done the Haunted Vegas, but yeah, maybe next time you come out, should jump on. Benny Fazio.
When I was out there in Las Vegas, Adam took me around on tours with him. But also when we drove around together, he took me on like a private tour. And we stopped at the, what's the one house we stopped at by the country club?
Yeah, it's a filming location from the casino.
I think you posted that too. It was a great tour. I got a lot of knowledge out of it, guys. I really did.
No, the horn wasn't from my computer, Brett. Last words of Joey the Clown were just kidding, Judge. Well, Michael Graham, where'd you get that from?
He's making a joke. The clown.
All right. Joey may have deserved prison, but not ADX Supermax at that age. Agreed.
I agree. But he got there by his own way. He was in Butler, North Carolina, and he tried to put a contract out through an inmate there on Judge Shader. And the guy called it. They picked it up on the wiretap, or all phones in prisons are wiretapped, and that's when they transferred him to ADX. So,
man,
I guess he didn't learn.
That just seems, you're in a cell 23 hours a day by yourself, and then in a cage for an hour a day outside. I mean, by yourself,
and nobody to talk to. No phone calls, no reading material, no books, no nothing.
Whoa, no books?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Not even just like, hey, can I read something while I'm sitting here?
The Bible.
That's all they give you?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Red. Are you serious?
Other prisons allow them to have like a subscription to a magazine or something like that. Not there.
Wow.
No television. No nothing. No contact with the outside world.
Oh man, I'm just pulling it up right. I'm just pulling it up right now. Red, and I gotta be. I've never. Where'd you go? Hold on. There we go. I got my screens all screwed up here for a second. But look at this.
The ADX rule.
Share screen. There.
They're not meant. Here. Wait a second here.
There it is. The 12 most notorious inmates at ADX in Florence, Colorado. You might recognize Mexican Kingpin El Chapo, Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. He deserves to be there. Boston Marathon bomber. That guy deserves to be there. I can't say his name. I can't pronounce it. I'm not even going to bother. Here are the most infamous men you never knew resided in the Centennial State. Wow. There's a lot of here it is. Inmates spend 23 hours a day isolated in a soundproof 7 by 12 foot cell outfitted with a single 4-inch slit for a window. Due to these conditions, ADX has been at the center of contentious debate about human rights and solitary confinement's effect on mental health. As Robert Hood, a former warden of the ADX, told the New York Times in 2015, quote, "This place is not designed for humanity." Holy cow.
That's like just designed for housing beef.
Mo, was Jimmy Marsalo and Frank Calabrese collateral damage? They got sent to ADX as well.
No, they earned their way.
Oh my God. Yeah. This is 23-hour day isolation would be too iron-fisted for someone exhibiting depressive and suicidal behavior. Julian Assange is currently jailed in Southeast London. Joaquin El Chapo. He was the leader of Mexico's Sinaloa drug cartel.
Benny, you're right. So much for rehabilitation.
They call it the Alcatraz of the Rockies. You ever been to Alcatraz, Red?
No, I haven't.
Man,
I was by there. It was Fisherman's Wharf. I looked at it and I saw the tours, and I just didn't want to go out there. The people I talked to said it was crumbling, it was in bad shape, and I just didn't want to do it.
So, Benny Fazio, get Frank Calabrese Jr. on the show. Hey, Benny, I've asked Frank, I've texted, I've been like, hey, you want to talk tours? You want to talk, anything, right? And it's not, it just blows me off. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. Anyway, I don't. Does he have a book out? Did he write a book?
Yes, called Family
You
Secret.
think he'd want to promote a book, but he doesn't. So I don't know what to tell you, Benny.
Well, I like his book, so he said that he collected from every porn shop dealer in the city, and he never really corrected it. When I talked to him about it, it was a beef, so he never collected from me. So I don't think it was that accurate. The Zimmerman brothers wrote it. Both Zimmermans wrote it. He just kind of dictated, I think.
Supermax is really hard time. I know someone who was in Florence. Big Tuna, man. 23-hour lockdown is pretty much torture. They don't give you anything to read?
No. And I hear the food is garbage. It's really bad. You go on a diet when you go there. And it's not the diet of your choice. You only get what they give you. That's it.
John Owen, to think January 6 people have not been charged in solitary confinement. Crazy. Not sure what why the courts have not intervened. Yeah, I know that. I've heard that too. Bounce around that's yeah. Okay. People go insane. Scott H. People go insane in ADX. It's the worst kind of punishment, isolation. It's really a form of torture. The idea is that they have so much influence and followers that they cannot communicate.
Right.
They have so much influence.
It's kind of, when I think about it, Adam, it's kind of like the Chinese or the Japanese or Singapore, where they isolate you and you can't talk. You just have to do what they tell you to do. So it's probably the worst of the worst.
I'm just not. I couldn't. Gomph worked in a prison. Having worked in a prison, there are some people who are so violent and dangerous they need solitary.
I agree.
But I think they are sent to Supermax for retribution, not for good reasons.
I agree 1,000%.
Wow. No, I'm
Gomph?
Yeah, that's just
Gomph 3602. Okay. Do you know Gomph?
Yeah, Gomph. Gomph's on Mob Vlog.
Okay.
So, yeah, he pops over there. Michael Graham, Red, regardless of all you did for the FBI because you left without discussing it with the FBI first, did the FBI government get mad enough to mess with you by auditing your taxes, etc.?
Not by auditing. They didn't have control over auditing my taxes. The FBI is the FBI. IRS is IRS. But, they did get angry at me. When I told them I was pulling the plug and leaving town, they said, "What? You can't do that."
Yeah.
I said, "You don't own me. The mob doesn't own me. I quit. That's it. I'm out of here."
Yeah. Well,
they're angry. They didn't keep some of the promises that they made, and I got upset over it. And we ironed it out. If we hadn't ironed it out, I wouldn't have come back for Family Secrets.
Wow. I just keep reading about this ADX, man. No one's ever escaped the ADX.
No joke. How do you escape something like that?
Although there's been one homicide within its walls. All right, guys. Mayor of Kingstown. Who here has been watching Mayor of Kingstown? Mayor of Kingstown. It's on Paramount. I'm actually watching it on Paramount Plus. But please tell me there's at least one of you out there that has watched the first season. There's 10 episodes. Mayor of Kingstown. It's about a town in Detroit, Red, that it's got like 6 prisons. And this guy is the fixer. He's the prison fixer. He knows the mayor. He's not the mayor. He knows the mayor. He knows the police chief. He knows all the cops. He knows the SWAT team. And he knows all the wardens. He was a former inmate. Jim Magnifici. Me, it's awesome. There you go. Yes, the show. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm telling you, because you guys like mob stuff, you've got to see this show. I mean, the first episode's a doozy. You start the first episode, you're like, okay, and then boom, they just hit you like blindsided. In the first, it's great. It's really good Good show. Watching the Sammy the Bulls channel, I swore that he said he was in ADX Florence. Somebody else said earlier in the comments here that Sammy almost died, I guess, in the ADX. Sammy the Bull, he has a good video talking about his time in Supermax prison. Thanks, American Gangster.
Thank you, Guy. I didn't know about that.
Ryan Brown, my aunt's stepson, was recently released from Butner Federal Prison in North Carolina.
Right. That's where Joey was before he went there.
That's where he was before they sent him over to
it's a medical facility, and it has very good medical help there. I mean, it's not bad. I've heard of people and talked to people that had open heart surgery there. They had a lot of things done there.
Wow.
So it's a good medical facility, a good psych facility too. They do psych evaluations there. Before somebody sent to another federal prison, they send them there for a psych evaluation. Like from an MCC, they'll go there for a psych evaluation, then they'll decide where they're going to send them.
Yeah, I could have sworn to say they put people in ADX embarrassed them by escaping them for so long. The law can be pretty mean if you cross them. You know that more than anyone, Red.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah,
it's punishment. It's not there. The Supreme Court ruled a long time ago that prison is not rehabilitation at all. It's punishment. It's not made to rehabilitate you and make you ready for the world.
I'm with you, Brett. Don't put yourself in a situation that's going to get you put in ADX. Exactly.
You got that right.
Exactly. Don't just don't do anything wrong. You know, it's not that hard, right?
You got to do something very wrong to go there. I mean, very wrong. It's not like, stealing candy or something like that. I mean, you got to do something very, very wrong. You got to endanger people's lives, a lot of people.
Ryan Brown, he was there because he has colon cancer.
Yes, and he's talking about Butler in North Carolina. And believe it or not, it has a great medical facility. It's very good.
Jonathan Bartholomew, isn't ADX underground?
Some of it is. It is.
I know when you're driving from Chicago to Denver, you go past that. And I know there's signs on the highways like, do not pick up any hitchhikers for the next 10 miles or whatever. You're near a prison. Don't stop for hitchhikers. And yet no one's ever escaped from the ADX, right? And only one person's been killed, homicide in there. So, but still, yeah. As some
okay, guys. Security housing in California is bad. I don't doubt it. Kiddo says
security housing unit in California is bad.
I think everything's bad in California, personally. That's my own personal opinion. It's not my place to visit.
All right, Tim Pironi. I've never seen Tim Pironi.
Hi, Tim. How you doing, guy?
Welcome in here, Tim.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Have either of you seen the James Files videos? The self-proclaimed grassy knoll shooter. I've watched him. Yeah, I've watched him, Tim.
He was working with Jim West at the time.
Who's Larry Hoover?
Pardon?
Who's Larry Hoover? Larry Hoover's in ADX. Somebody wrote here. P-Money. That's crazy. I just type in Google Larry H, and see the rest of it fills it out for me exactly what I'm looking for. Isn't that crazy? He was an American. He was born in 1950, so he's 72 years old, or going to be this year, 72.
71. Yeah.
2022, 72. On November 30th, end of the year. He was an American gang leader, co-founder of the Chicago street gang, the Gangster Disciples.
Yes.
He is serving 6 life sentences.
Yes.
In ADX Florence, Colorado. He was sentenced to 150 to 200 years for a 1973 murder And in 1997, after a 17-year investigation of conspiracy, extortion, money laundering, and running a continuing criminal enterprise by leading the gang from a state prison, he was leading it from prison still. And he got a life sentence.
I'm not sure if it's the right name, but there was one gang leader from Chicago.
Yeah.
And he was the head of the Keystone Nation at the time. And he was
Jeff Fort.
Jeff Fort. He was in.
Jeff
He's
Fort.
in there. He's in ADX. What happened with him was he was in MCC in Chicago and making three-way calls to somebody else that actually added him onto a call and was selling arms to Omar Gaddafi in Libya.
Oh, that's right. He got in trouble selling stuff to. Yeah, he got in trouble. He got in big trouble.
Terrorist then, but he was.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
Yeah, dealing with I mean, come on. That's just so he's in there as well in the Flores?
Yeah.
He was, huh?
Well, he may be dead now. I don't know.
Good possibility. You never know.
A lot of people from my era are dying off like flies, man.
There he is right there. Jeff Fort.
Yep. That was him.
Yep. Jeff Fort. Said that he was in Marion. Jeff Fort. Let me just search ADX. Let's see.
It's quite a character. He actually kind of united all this street gangs in Chicago one time and made it the Black Keystone Nation instead of I don't know, different gangs that they had in Chicago.
Black Panthers.
You're right.
Yeah, the Keystone. Blackstone Rangers.
Blackstone Rangers. Yeah. He was the head of that for a time.
Right. Yeah, the Blackstone Rangers.
But he wanted the Panthers and everybody to come together as one unit, so he called it the Black Keystone Nation. Probably the most powerful black gang leader that they've ever had that I know.
Yeah, Brett, you're right. Larry Hoover, Gangster Disciples. Jimmy Cosenza, quit ripping on Chicago. It's still the best city in the world.
Okay.
Hey, Jimmy.
No matter where you go, Jimmy, I got something to tell you. No matter where you go in the world, okay, when they talk about San Francisco, they're going to talk about Fisherman's Wharf, whatever. When you go to New Orleans, they're going to talk about Mardi Gras, whatever. But no matter where you go in the world, you talk about Chicago, and all they say is gangsters. And I know when I was in Mexico City, some young kid turned around and said, as I was at the Opera House, he was a tour guide. He turned around and said, "When you get back to Chicago, say hi to Al for me." And I said, "What do you mean say hi to Al for you?" And he said, "Al Capone." I said, "He was dead. He died in 1947. Big Tona, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you, buddy. I don't think that Hoover could calm down the streets of Chicago. I don't think they have any leadership that can. Period. Barnyard, I believe Unabomber is still in ADX. To the best of my knowledge, he still is. And he belongs there, too. Yes. Holman Sanders, I agree. Chicago's always been a gangster city. Street Stories, how you doing? For anybody that doesn't recognize Street Stories, that's Anthony DiMartini. A great man, good man. Does some wonderful videos. He really puts his heart into them. And he is a gentleman. When he says hello, gentlemen, that's what he means, because he is a gentleman. You know, Chicago Mike, you're not the only one that has that opinion. All the gangsters are in politics in Chicago. A lot of people have the same opinion. A lot of people do. I'm one of them. Trying to get your comments here. Scott H., I agree with you. They all earned their way. They all earned their way to ADX. You didn't get there just by pulling the name out of a hat. Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, he's still in there. I'm surprised he made it till 79. Unabomber got messed up, huh? Okay. I'm trying to read these. Are you okay, Adam? Are you okay, Adam? People are asking about you. Can you hear me, Adam? We can't hear you. I guess we lost Adam's sound. Was it Timothy McVeigh in ADX? I believe not. He went to Terre Haute for his execution. I don't believe he was in ADX. Outfit boss.
Can you hear me now, Red?
Yes, sir. We got you.
I had to switch microphones. I don't know what's going on here. We're coming up to an hour, but I'm gonna take off, guys.
Okay.
I just got up because I heard my dog, Magnum, and he's trying to come up the stairs, and he's got a hurt. He strained something, one of his ligaments.
Another
I'm not supposed to run him. Anyway, he's trying to crawl up the stairs. His poor dog.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go down there and sit with him because this is really
Take
upsetting.
care of him, Adam.
Thanks. Sorry, guys, that my mic went out there, but I switched mics, and anyway, I'm gonna go take care of him, and I will. Where we were about an hour, aren't we?
52 minutes, so we're coming close. I want to thank everybody for coming by.
Yeah.
Linda's friend, Mickey Griggs, all you folks, Pam and John, Bartholomew, Culberson. Okay. Thank you for coming by. Thank you, Michael. Thank everyone. I thank you all for coming by.
Thanks, guys.
Please hit the like button, and we'll end the show, a little bit early. It's an after show anyway. We saw you over at on Adam's show.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours, man. It's, but you guys hung out the whole time. Those of you that hung out the whole time, thanks, guys. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, and have a good week. Stay warm. God bless you.
See you.